Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to GNR Central. And I think this is probably one of my favorite and funniest stories I've ever reported on. So I want to thank one of our subscribers who actually sent this to me. His name's Jason. I want to thank him for sending me this clip. So there basically is a news station in Eastern Canada that, like a lot of news stations, makes birthday announcements. So you can send in photos of your loved ones or yourself, and they'll do a birthday announcement. So you guys have seen this photo of Axel and Mickey Rourke from a couple weeks ago. They attended a boxing match after Guns finished off their Not in This Lifetime tour in Hawaii. And man, the online comments are pretty terrible. People said they looked like a lesbian couple. People said that Axel looked like an old aunt and stuff. So there was basically a local news broadcast celebrated Axl Rose and Mickey Rourke's wedding anniversary. So one funny viewer sent in this photo and got a anniversary announcement. So Rourke and Rose identified as Max and Geraldine Bailey, a couple celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. So here's the clip from the news show.
Success you shall receive.
92nd birthday, Linda James of Shoal Harbor. Congratulations to Sarah Miller. She is in Canada. She's celebrating 94 years. Congratulations to William and Melvie Balsam, Canada, 64 years. It's a 50th for Max and Geraldine Bailey of Cowhead. Best wishes to Margaret and Ernest.
Now, the person who sent this in hasn't really come forward yet, so I'm not sure who's behind it, but I thought it was pretty funny. And Nikki Six of Sixth Sense, he's got that podcast he used to do, I think it was like on a weekly basis or so, that one that Slash was like the last guest on. He even got in on the fun, basically saying that Axel looks like a Mama Fratelli, which I definitely see a resemblance between. Turning now to some news that makes Axel look good. So this photo emerged online. I hadn't seen it before. I think this might have been from the Vegas show that they did back in 2016 because he's still in a wheelchair. He was seen signing a young fan's shirt, which I thought was really nice. They also shared this behind-the-scenes photo of Axel on the Not in This Lifetime tour on the tarmac just before the band gets on their private plane to jet off to their next gig. We also had some other Guns N' Roses news. So Duff, Melissa Reese, and Frank were in LA to see the Aquaman screening, and they even took some photos with Jason Momoa. There's also a photo of Slash floating around, but I haven't posted that article yet. But he was also, I don't know if he was at the same screening, but he did go see the movie. One thing that I found kind of odd is that Frank lives in Jersey, so I wonder what he's doing in LA. There's a lot of speculation that maybe him and Slash and some of the other guys are working on Guns material, but I'll believe it when I see it. So Slash gave an interview to Billboard magazine when he was in Asia where he discussed the current state of rock and roll. Slash essentially said that the genre was being overtaken by rap and R&B because it's slowly declining into a boring puddle of despair. He said more than anything, the commercial approach to rock and roll that the industry forces on bands or forces on people to think that this is how they have to go about it to succeed, and it just turns into this generic mishmash that manages to get on radio but doesn't really turn anybody on, and it's just dull and boring and people start looking elsewhere. He cited young and hungry rock bands that are taking aim at the genre in new and interesting ways. He said, and obviously Greta Van Fleet have done amazingly well and made everybody perk up and go, oh wow. Now there's everybody looking for young teenage rock and roll bands to sign, Slash says. So it's interesting. If you watch everybody as it develops in real time, it's really, really boring and shit that takes to seem like what seems like forever. But if you're not paying attention, all of a sudden you'll turn around and go, oh my God, something's just changed. And it's just this constant state of ebbs and flows at the rock and roll business. We also had some other Slash news. So even though Guns N' Roses are on downtime, as is Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators, Slash did play a gig pretty recently. So he played a charity gig in LA. It was called the Willie Bass charity gig at Bordner's in Hollywood. So former Guns N' Roses manager Vicky Hamilton was also in attendance. And there's some photos I've linked to down below, as well as a video of Slash performing the Led Zeppelin classic Communication Breakdown. And staying with the Slash news, he's announced a couple more tour dates this coming summer with Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators. So Slash is going to be playing 2 tour dates in Italy. Also another tour date he's going to be playing is France. So June 30th, 2019, I should say, is in Fermo, Italy, while July 3rd will be in Belfort, France, and then July 6th will be in Verona, Italy. So it looks like Slash is going to be playing pretty much in Europe until July, and then I imagine he's going to announce a North America tour probably for late July, early August, and maybe even into September. Let's turn now to some of the other Guns N' Roses news. So Steven Adler has announced he's going to be playing 2 shows before the year's over. So he's going to be doing a Boxing Day show in Hermosa Beach at St. Roch. You guys can still get tickets. And then December 30th, he's going to be playing the Whiskey A Go-Go as well. So there's tickets available for that show. And it's a great way to get your pre-New Year's Eve celebration started. Turning now to an article that Rolling Stone magazine published on the sad state of commercial rock music. Now, I used to be a subscriber to Rolling Stone, but I think I canceled my subscription a couple of years ago because I couldn't stand reading their magazine, and all they do is cover pop music for the most part, and the rock artists get like a little blurb. So they published an article on December 21st titled "Why Mainstream Rock Music Sucked in 2018." And the article claims that rock music today is a shell of its former self and roasted multiple bands in the process. It refers to Five Finger Death Punch members as professional roid ragers, Greta Van Fleet as expert forgers, and Bad Wolves as overproduced schlock, amongst others. So some of the excerpts they said in the article include: the year's biggest hits included overproduced schlock like Imagine Dragons and Bad Wolves, expert forgers like Greta Van Fleet, and a whole lot of music. Quizzically from last year, that's right, multiple songs from 2017 comprised 2018's biggest singles. They also said new metal stalwarts Godsmack are forever pissed off and hating the world on their number one Bulletproof. Bad Flower ruminate on suicide and basically want to haunt everyone on Ghost. And the professional roid ragers and Five Finger Death Punch want to death punch everyone who's ever smack talked them. So we've talked a bit about the recent Freddie Mercury biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. So it was revealed this week that it was the highest grossing music biopic in history. So it set a new box office record, basically after rocking past the $600 million mark worldwide. So the film, of course, chronicles the rise of British band Queen and stars Rami Malek as the late frontman Freddie Mercury. And although the movie opened to mixed reviews in late October, fans have continued to flock to check out the movie. So I went and saw it and I really enjoyed it. I was a little disappointed with like how there was a lot of things that they changed or altered, or things that happened that weren't really true. But I think overall, if you're just going to be entertained and you love the band Queen, you'll probably enjoy it. So by the end of Wednesday, ticket sales in North America had totaled about $176 million, helping Bohemian Rhapsody snatch the domestic title from NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton, which grossed $161 million after its launch in 2015. I thought the NWA Straight Outta Compton movie was also excellent. In fact, I think I like that movie a bit better. So Straight Outta Compton also had been a global record holder with $202 million, but the honor of highest grossing music biopic now belongs to Bohemian Rhapsody with a worldwide take of $609 million and counting, according to Deadline.com. So the news emerges as the cast and crew celebrate double nominations for the 2019 Golden Globe Awards, with the film shortlisted for Best Motion Picture Drama accolade, while Malek has picked up a nod for Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture in the Drama category. It's also up for two prizes at the 2019 Screen Actors Guild Awards, where the film has earned Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture nomination, and Malek will compete for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role. Now, meanwhile, the movie's music popularity has also been giving Queen's song of the same name a massive streaming boost. So on last Monday, it was revealed that the operatic rock masterpiece, which was released in 1975, has become the most streamed song released in the 20th century. So the track has been played by more than 1.6 billion. It's been played more than 1.6 billion times around the world, overtaking other classic rock hits, including Nirvana's grunge classic "Smells Like Teen Spirit" and Guns N' Roses' 1988 hit "Sweet Child of Mine." So Myles Kennedy's been a pretty busy guy between his solo material, between Alter Bridge and Slash's band with the Conspirators. It was revealed this week that he's also going to be appearing on the Lamb of God guitarist album. So Anesthetic, the new album from Lamb of God's guitarist Mark Morton, will feature guest appearances from Myles Kennedy, Chester Bennington, and many more. So it's going to feature appearances also from Megadeth bass player Dave Ellefson, Papa Roach singer Jacoby Shaddix, Mark Lanigan, and Lamb of God frontman Randy Blythe. So Morton's band on the album features Ellefson, Alice in Chains' Mike Inez, Korn's Ray Luzier, and Stone Sour's Roy Mayorga. So the track that Kennedy is going to be appearing on is just one song. It's called Save Defiance. So you guys can look out for that coming up pretty soon. So the album is due out on March 1st of next year. So that does it for today's news, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know your thoughts on the news station who flubbed the Axl Rose anniversary announcement. Now, I know it kind of reminded me of what Howard Stern's guys do when they, send in phony names, or they basically pretend to be someone they're not, like when Captain Jenks used to do that stuff. And some people get really upset when people prank news stations, but I think it's hilarious that news stations don't even check their sources, because a lot of times they just want to be the first one to exclusively report on something. But I thought it was pretty funny. I wonder if we're going to see any more reaction from any other people, because the article is starting to hit on a lot of news sites at the time of this recording. So, and also, guys, I want to let you know we're doing a podcast today at 4 p.m. Eastern. We may have a very special guest joining us, so take care.
Hey, this is Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses, and you're watching GNR Central. Yeah!